Hey folks, Fat Guy Flies RC out here at the Avon Park Field. We're going to take up, it's not really a remaiden, but it's the first time I've flown her on the IX-14. This is the FMS 64mm Dassault Rafale. Before I'd flown her before on her landing gear when I first got her when she was first released. Didn't do that well with her, but my jet skills weren't that great. And so I ripped the nose gear out and messed up the mains and everything. So I went to just belly landing her and did okay, and did better with that. But now I've installed gear again. I've got some, I don't even know if that's the gear that go with it, but I've got them raked forward, because if I had them raked back, the plane rocked like this really bad on the driveway. And then with a rake forward, they're nice and solid. So, and this, something moved over there, and this gear is actually a Servo gear, nose gear combo from a free wing plane that I ordered, and it's a servo and nose gear in one, and I just hot glued that into the hole that was already there from my first injury. So we'll see how she works. But timer set for 3.5 minutes, 100% throws, over 30% expo all the way around. She has the Reflex 2 system, and run a 2800 SMC high voltage pack. It is windy, so we're gonna keep our fingers crossed, and it's got narrow gear, so landing is going to be the fun part. So up, down, right, left, right, left. All right, right, left, up. Man, is it windy. And I got the wind muff on. If you can hear the wind, that just tells you how windy it actually is. All right. Let me get turned around here. Yeah, hit a rock or something there. Yeah, this will be interesting. I don't know what that is. So let me stand over here and we will see what we can do. All right. Got an AR-620 antenna-less receiver. Definitely needs some up trim. A little bit more.
Time remaining 3 minutes.
Sounds good, but the Reflex version, or their optimized mode, is really having to work overtime deal with this wind. All right, we're going to take it up now. Flip it. Whew, is it windy. Man, I wish it was calmer. Have a lot more fun with this.
Time remaining 2 minutes.
All right, that tells me how it's going to wing rock a little bit. Definitely a high alpha landing plane. Gonna have to swing out wide. Lost the nose. Okay, if that's the worst that happens, we're doing pretty good. Ooh-dee-dee-dee-dee. Alright, pop that back on there.
Prop secured.
Yep.
Motor on.
Take a look at my gear here. My gear mod. Nice and solid. I love Gorilla brand hot glue. I tell you what, it is some of the best stuff. There, that's okay. Had the nose on wrong. Didn't think it looked right. Alright, so we need to land more on that side because of the way the wind is. Still got 1:43. Get turned around here. Yeah, it's windy. Windy, windy, windy. You see how narrow that gear is. All right. Okay, here we go. Well, that's the thing about a Rafale. They stay, they stay, they stay, and then all of a sudden they're in the air. When they pick up quick. Sounds awfully good though. Gosh, it's windy.
Time remaining 1 minute.
Better than last time, believe it or not. That narrow gear makes it awfully difficult. Especially in this wind.
30 seconds. 20 seconds.
All right. Just a light little plane. Look at the plane, then look right behind the planes and look at those trees. Those are the tops. There's a big deep ravine there, and those trees are actually like 25, 30 feet high. That's the tops of them sticking up, and you can see the wind moving them back in the foreground. Gives you an idea of what it's really like here, because I'm thinking the way the wind muff is on this mic, you're not going to hear much of the wind. But when I tell you it's windy, it is windy. All right. Let's check our battery. We had 1 second left on a 3.5 minute timer.
Prop secured.
Prop secured. Yeah, it windy, folks. I actually got my battery checker with me, so that's good. Battery is warm, but I have found these SNC packs to get pretty hot. 34%, so not bad, not bad. I don't remember the actual numbers for the CG, but if you look, there's plastic doublers here. Let me get closer. There's some plastic doublers here, and then you see these two little black dots here. That's where you put your fingers. So basically put your fingers between these plastic doublers and the front of those decals, which are already pre-applied, and that is your CG. If you look on the underside, you have these plastic doublers, and if you just put your pad of your finger right behind that, that's your CG spot. And of course I've had to move my battery. She's still a little bit nose heavy. So I got room, I could put the battery back a little bit further, but whenever you're dealing with a really windy situation, you need to err more on the side of nose heavy to give yourself a little better wind penetration. But right now, that's where I've got the SMC pack, which is a 2800 if you charge it at the high voltage rating of 4.35. If you just charge it regular LiPo settings of the 4.20, then it's a 2400, I believe. But I could put it a little bit further back and be a little more of a better high alpha plane. I've got the AR620 actually double-sided taped to the top of the reflex right there, and that just seems, I mean, the reflex just interprets what the receiver tells us, so I'm not worried about signal. And well, there you go. This is the Dassault Rafale 64mm. Obviously I don't have the ordnance that comes with it, and the gear that normally comes on the front actually has suspension gear and is a little bit higher, so actually you would sit more at a higher stance on the runway. So, but this is what I got, so it takes me a little bit longer to take off than what yours would be. I'll put a link to the purchase of this plane. It's an FMS plane, so there'll be a link in there. If you use that link, it won't cost you any more to buy it, but I will get a little commission off the cost of the plane, just to let you know. But your price will still be the same. So there you go. That is the 64mm Dassault Rafale, and it's proof that it can handle a windy day. So if you were to fly this on a less windy day than this, you're going to have a great time with this, because I pretty much had to fight with it today, but she made it. All right, y'all have a good one. God bless y'all. God is good. And that's the Dassault Rafale 64mm from FMS. Bye-bye.